Nicole, this is Rachel, and we're gonna now laser Jonsey. So in the previous video, you probably saw Jonsey getting his acupuncture treatment. So afterwards, sometimes we'll follow it up with some laser just to encourage more of the cell growth and regeneration, and just to help the acupuncture last longer. So as you can see, that Rachel and I are wearing special glasses. That's to protect her eyes from the laser. So she'll just make sure that Jonsey is not looking at the laser to protect his eyes as well. So this is our laser unit. It comes with this small probe and then a big probe. So the big probe has a big spot on it, and the small probe has a very small focal spot on it. So I'm going to use this to target a little bit more directly, and that one just covers larger areas at a time. So I'm going to be lasering Jonsey's back and his hips. So similar areas to what she had done on the acupuncture. So once I start, you'll hear some beeping. So it beeps to tell me that it's working, and I can also see a pulsing light. It works best if this is in contact with his skin directly, because it doesn't have very deep of a penetration. So the more in contact I have it with him, the more penetration the laser beam will have, giving him more relief. So it's going to beep, and then it's going to make a different chirp, and then I move to the next point. So as I said, the laser works on 2 different wavelengths. There's a pulsing wavelength and a constant wavelength, and it helps to encourage cell growth and regeneration and improve lymphatic flow and blood flow to the area. So all of that will help to decrease inflammation and pain, and help to regenerate whatever we can to stimulate growth in the area, support the muscles, support the spine, to help give him more comfort for our old man here. So the laser has so many uses to it. So right now we're really targeting, inflammation, pain, and then we can also use it for chronic injuries like what he has, acute injuries. So if you have a dog that injures a foot or a knee, and we can also use it for things like skin. So if you have a really bad skin lesion or some itchy feet or things like that, it can help to reduce the inflammation in those areas as well. We've used it on bladders, we've used them on anal gland infections. So the laser really has quite a variety of uses, which makes it a very effective tool in our arsenal of tools to use to help make our pets better. Jonsey, do you want to sit down, buddy? Is that better for you? Let me see you sitting. It's hard for you to stand so much, huh, being an old man? Is that easier? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Is that better? Yeah. So Jonsey tolerates this really well. And most of our patients do. So a lot of people ask if it feels funny or anything like that. And the only thing I can say is sometimes there'll be a warming or a tingling sensation. So it's not painful by any means. So some animals feel a little funny with it because they're not sure what to expect. So it's not like I can talk to him and say, okay, honey, it's going to get a little warm and tingly. But for the most part, they don't mind the laser treatments at all. And usually they tend to relax and get very comfortable with it. So, like Mr. Jonsey here. Right, bud? Yeah. So good. He's a nice friend. So I'm just slowly moving my way down the spine. And once I get 2 more points on the spine here, I'm going to switch and I'm going to target this area here, which is going to give us the hip joint so that he can have relief in those joints. So it's very typical for older dogs like Jonsey to have some arthritis and some changes in their joints and flexibility. So this helps to kind of treat that if possible and give them at least a little bit of relief. You like it when Rachel loves your ears, huh? Yeah, that's so nice.
Massage.
Oh, say, look at me, I'm famous, guys. I'm on the YouTube.
That's even good.
Like this video. Alright, one more on your spine, sugar, okay? And then we're gonna switch to do your hip. What do you think, huh? Yeah. So usually I'll see the best I can to try and target that hip joint. So it's gonna end up right in here. So I'm just slightly palpating and pressing so that I can locate where the femur kind of ends here at the hip joint. And I'm gonna sort of angle my probe to get all around that area. That will help to target as much of the joint itself as possible to help reduce whatever kind of injury or old age changes he has going on in there. Right. Yeah. So we can use the laser in conjunction, like I said, with the acupuncture. We can use the laser in conjunction with any of our rehab therapy, so therapeutic exercise, massage, the actual water treadmill, and we can use it as a single agent as well. So it will also work with on its own or with non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, other pain medications of that kind. All right, one more on this hip, sugar. And then I don't know, are we going to be able to reach the other one? Yeah. Or you're going to have to stand up. Maybe we'll make you stand for one more second, okay? Because I got to make sure I get the exact spots we need to make you feel the best.